The Egyptian Empire, once the most powerful civilization in the world, a land of mighty pharaohs, towering pyramids, and vast riches. For centuries, their empire seemed invincible, a beacon of civilization along the fertile Nile. But nothing lasts forever. In the face of changing times and mounting pressures, even the greatest empires can crumble. In the next 10 minutes, we'll uncover the key reasons behind the strategic decline of ancient Egypt, a civilization that has captivated and mystified us for millennia. But how did this great empire fall? Egypt's decline wasn't a sudden cataclysmic event. It was a long, slow fall from grace. Much like the receding waters of the Nile after a flood, one of the most significant factors was the empire's struggle with its own internal demons. As dynasties rose and fell, the transfer of power was often turbulent, a breeding ground for ambition and treachery. Power struggles between pharaohs, the elite priesthood, and ambitious nobles created a volatile political landscape. This internal strife, like a virus, began to eat away at the empire's foundations. Civil wars driven by these power struggles erupted throughout Egyptian history, draining the empire's resources and manpower. Corruption within the government and administration became rampant, with officials more concerned with personal gain than the welfare of the people or the empire. This internal decay, this slow rot at the heart of the empire, left Egypt vulnerable and exposed to the ever-present threat of outside forces. A powerful empire, much like a mighty predator, requires a strong and vibrant economy to sustain its dominance. However, the once thriving economic heart of Egypt began to falter, mirroring the unpredictable flooding of the Nile that was both its lifeline and its potential for disaster. The sheer cost of maintaining such a vast empire with its monumental constructions, sprawling bureaucracy, and powerful army placed an immense strain on its resources. Trade routes, once bustling arteries of commerce, began to slow, disrupted by internal conflicts and the emergence of rival powers. The lifeblood of Egypt, its agriculture, faced its own set of challenges. Environmental changes, including periods of drought and unpredictable flooding, led to poor harvests and dwindling food supplies. These agricultural failures, combined with the increasing costs of maintaining an empire in decline, created a perfect storm that weakened Egypt's economic backbone. Chapter 3. With Egypt weakened from within by internal strife and economic instability, it became a tempting target for ambitious foreign powers, much like a weakened prey animal attracting opportunistic predators. The Hyksos, a mysterious people from the east, were among the first to exploit Egypt's vulnerability, conquering and ruling parts of the empire for over a century. Their superior weaponry and military tactics exposed the stagnating nature of Egypt's once formidable army. Though the Hyksos were eventually expelled, the empire's vulnerability had been exposed. The Nubians from the south rose to challenge Egyptian dominance, their own kingdom growing in strength and ambition. The Assyrians, a powerful Mesopotamian empire, also cast their eyes on Egypt, launching devastating attacks that further weakened the empire. However, the most devastating blow came from the east. The Persians, led by Cambyses II, swept through Egypt, their superior military might crushing the once mighty Egyptian forces. Centuries later, Alexander the Great, the Macedonian king who conquered much of the known world, added Egypt to his growing empire, ending Persian rule but further cementing Egypt's fall from grace. Chapter 4. Egypt's military might had once been the stuff of legend, its armies feared throughout the ancient world. They were masters of warfare, their chariots thundering across the battlefield, their archers raining down deadly volleys. But like a sword left untended, their military prowess dulled over time. They clung to outdated tactics and weaponry, failing to adapt to the changing face of warfare. While other civilizations developed new technologies such as iron weaponry and advanced siege warfare techniques, Egypt's military innovations stagnated. Their reliance on chariots, once a symbol of their military dominance, became a tactical liability against more agile and adaptable foes. This failure to modernize left Egypt vulnerable to enemies who were quicker to adapt and embrace new military technologies. Chapter 5. By the time Rome emerged as a dominant power in the Mediterranean, Egypt was a shadow of its former self. Internally divided, economically weakened, and militarily outdated, it was ripe for the picking. Cleopatra VII, the last pharaoh of Egypt, attempted to navigate this treacherous political landscape, forming alliances and waging wars in a desperate bid to preserve her kingdom's dwindling independence. Cleopatra aligned herself with Mark Antony, one of Rome's most powerful generals, hoping to leverage his influence and military might to secure Egypt's future. However, their ambitions clashed with those of Octavian, Caesar's heir, and Rome's rising star. The result was a clash of titans, a struggle for supremacy that would decide the fate of Egypt. The Battle of Actium, a naval engagement of epic proportions, pitted Cleopatra and Antony against Octavian's forces. Despite their combined might, they were defeated, their dreams of an independent Egypt dashed upon the rocks of Roman ambition. Cleopatra's subsequent suicide and Antony's defeat marked the end of an era. In 30 BCE, Egypt, once a beacon of civilization, was formally annexed by Rome, becoming another jewel in the crown of the burgeoning Roman Empire. The reign of the pharaohs, a dynasty stretching back millennia, was over, replaced by the rule of Roman emperors. The fall of ancient Egypt was not just one catastrophic event, but a slow and agonizing decline brought about by a confluence of factors. Internal corruption, economic instability, foreign invasions, military stagnation, and the rise of a new global superpower all played their part in dismantling this once mighty empire. Like the shifting sands of the desert, power ebbed away from the land of the pharaohs, leaving behind a void that would be filled by new empires and new civilizations. But even in its demise, ancient Egypt left an indelible mark on the world. The pyramids still stand as testaments to their ingenuity and architectural prowess, while their art, religion, and culture continue to captivate and inspire us. The echoes of their civilization resonate through time, reminding us that even the greatest empires are not immune to the tides of history. If you enjoyed this journey through time, be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell icon to be notified of future historical explorations. Thank you for joining me on this adventure into the past. The fall of ancient Egypt was not just one event, but a series of mistakes, invasions, and strategic failures. From internal corruption to foreign conquest, Egypt lost its grip on power. But its legacy lives on, with its pyramids, monuments, and incredible history still inspiring the world today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more historical breakdowns. Thanks for watching.